Ahead on DC News Now at 4.
A powerful front's going to sweep through the region over the next 24 hours, bring an end to that heat and humidity, but also bring some storms. The details coming up.
A memorial is growing after a woman is killed in a hit-and-run crash. Tonight, we hear the emotional plea from the victim's family.
The $1 million starter home. That's what folks in parts of the DMV have to pay for the American dream. We're stretching your dollar, explaining legislation that could make homes more affordable. And as the war in Iran escalates, so do gas prices. We have the cheapest places across the region to fill up your tank.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Joining us for DC News Now at 4, I'm Mark Hall. We are keeping a close eye on the forecast this afternoon as several storms are moving across the region on this DMV First Warn Day. Let's take a live look outside across the region. This is the view from our weather car on the way to storms as we keep a close eye on conditions. And in Maryland, these are the roads on I-70 near Hagerstown. And in the Commonwealth of Virginia, these are the roads on I-66 near Front Royal. Some of these storms are expected to become severe with strong winds and potential for flooding. And we have a live look outside right now at Reagan National, right, as there are ground stops at all D.C. airports. The FAA says that planes flying the D.C. area airports are grounded too because of thunderstorm concerns. Anyone flying out of these airports can expect delays as well. All right, let's check in with meteorologist Scott Sumner. He's in for meteorologist Damon Matson, who would join us a little bit later. Scott, how are things looking right now?
Well, right now it's again a little bit quiet in and around the Beltway area and D.C. as noted by the radar, but we do have storms to the north, storms to the south. We're kind of wedged in between. Have seen a report of about 39-mile-an-hour wind gusts off the Potomac at some of the buoys there, so that's why there is a marine warning in effect. But needless to say, we haven't seen anything in and around D.C. The sky conditions, as you saw with our live look-ins, are showing that hazy look to the sky. Matter of fact, heat indices in and around the area upwards of 100 degrees. Now, we put this into motion. You can see that the showers and storms, the heaviest of them, down towards Richmond at this point in time, and then over towards the north along the Mason-Dixon line. That's where we're also seeing some moderate to steady rain up that way. There's plenty of lightning associated with this. And our future radar picks up over the next 2 hours where some of these showers and storms go. There will be a little bit of a collapse here, I believe, because there's a lot more activity off to the west in West Virginia, as well as Ohio, that will have to back build into the region. Now, as far as our future radar and what this is, those are, just about an hour or so ago, the Weather Service put out a severe thunderstorm watch in effect. That will run until 10 o'clock for all the counties here in the entire DMV. You see the expanse of those watches in effect, and you'll even see some of these warnings back in Ohio and in West Virginia. Some of them even have tornado warnings. Damon and I have been tracking those. So we're going to watch all this stuff, even though it's quiet at the moment. And the heat indices are high. The humidity is in place. So certainly it is going to be a muggy evening. Storms can develop. But, you know, we're seeing some rain showers. You see the heat indices not quite as high. Highs are coming in at 78 and 73 degrees. Again, we have a severe outlook in effect with enhanced risk of seeing severe weather with all these four potential threats on the table here, but damaging winds is the #1 priority. We'll be watching that closely over the next couple of hours. Mark?
All right, Scott, thank you. And you can stay up to date with the forecast by scanning this QR code. It's going to take you to our website, dcnewsnow.com. You're going to find the current conditions, the radar, and live weather cameras of what the weather looks like all across the DMV. Right now, Montgomery County Police need your help tracking down a driver accused in a deadly hit-and-run crash in Silver Spring. A 61-year-old woman walking near her neighborhood was killed along Colesville Road back on June 19th. Her family also calling for the driver to come forward. DC News Now's Randy Bass was there as police released new details in the search for the driver and the car during a news conference this afternoon. She's back at the scene. Randy, what is the latest?
Yeah, Mark, police say someone out there knows something. Police told us today They believe there are about 4,000 cars in the Silver Spring area alone that match the description of the car that hit Hannah Wagayo last month here at the corner of Colesville Road and Crestmore Drive. Right now, though, a memorial is growing for her as police sound the alarm and call for that driver to come forward. Police sharing these photos of what they believe to be the striking vehicle, along with other photos of a car of the same make and model. It's a 2009 to 2014 dark-colored Lexus RX S350 that they believe to be local to this area. Police say there's not a lot of camera coverage here in the area, and Miss Wagayo's family described her as a walking angel, saying she was a loving, devoted mother who worked for the Department of Transportation for 2 decades, saying she often went for walks around the neighborhood and was probably heading to Trader Joe's when she was struck by a car leaving the area. The driver taking off from the scene, and her son today tearfully pleading for that driver to come forward.
We're heartbroken. We're frustrated. And we cannot make sense of it because there's no sense to be made. And to the driver who struck my mother, ran her over, and drove away, she deserves so much better than to be left on the side of the road. She deserves justice. My family won't rest until she receives it.
And coming up on DC News Now at 5, we have the strong message from police for that driver and for anyone who might have any information about what happened. And if you do have information about the crash, you're urged to get in touch with Montgomery County Police right away. There is a cash reward for information that leads to an arrest in the case. In Silver Spring, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
All right, Randy, thank you. Young actress best known for her role in Godzilla vs. Kong has died following a crash in Frederick County. Frederick County Sheriff's Office says 18-year-old Kaylee Hoddle was a passenger in a car that crashed into a culvert on Windsor Road in Iamsville this morning. Investigators say that excessive speed is believed to have been a factor. Hoddle was taken to a trauma center where she later died. The driver is expected to be okay. The cause of the crash remains under investigation. U.S. Army soldier injured during a shooting near the White House is seeking answers and accountability from the Secret Service. 25-year-old Army Private First Class Benjamin Del Real was visiting D.C. with his family when a gunman opened fire on police along Pennsylvania Avenue. Del Real was hit in the crossfire. His attorneys says that they have filed a claim alleging negligence from Secret Service.
They are trained to identify and neutralize targets without hurting or injuring civilians. Unfortunately, they fell well short of their training on May 23rd of this year.
Well, the Secret Service initially said that it was the suspect who hit Del Real, but his attorneys say he was shot in the stomach by Secret Service gunfire and underwent emergency surgery, with additional procedures still ahead. They're asking for answers about what happened and accountability again from the agency. The Secret Service has not commented on the claim. The agency has previously said that the shooting remains under investigation. Well, a man is dead after a single vehicle crash in Fairfax County overnight. Police say that the driver slammed into a light pole just before 1:30 this morning at the intersection of Backlick and Fullerton Roads near Newton. He died at the scene, and the northbound lane of Backlick Road was closed for several hours as police investigated. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. 2 shootings across the district wound 2 young people, one right outside of a hospital, the other right outside of a school. DC News Now's Liberty Simmons is live in Northwest with more on the investigations. Liberty, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mark, and police just cleared the scene here at 7th Street and Allison Avenue Northwest. And right behind me, you'll see the Kansas campus, or Avenue campus rather, of E.L. Haynes, near where these 2 people were injured. Now, Metropolitan Police say just before 12 p.m. this afternoon, they responded to a shooting here in the 4500 block of Kansas Avenue Northwest, and officers confirmed an older teen and an adult male were shot here. Now, they say both were conscious and breathing. Now, E.L. Haynes says the shooting happened outside of the building and that their staff rendered first aid. And this isn't the only shooting involving a minor that police are investigating in the district. Just after 1 a.m. this morning, police say a juvenile was shot in the head just steps from MedStar Hospital near Michigan Avenue and 1st Street Northwest. Now, officers say that juvenile suffered life-threatening injuries. Meanwhile, a neighbor staying here near E.L. Haynes says she heard the gunshots.
I did hear a little bit of like emotional distress sounds, but I wasn't even sure, honestly, if they were gunshots at first when I first heard them. If it's related to a school, it is very scary.
Now, E.L. Haynes says, fortunately, there were no summer sessions going on, and they say there's no ongoing threat to the campus. But coming up in the next hour, hear reaction from neighbors from that other shooting outside the hospital. For now, live here in Northwest D.C., Liberty Simmons, DC News Now.
All right, Liberty, thank you. Today, a man who was convicted 26 years ago for murder has now filed a motion to vacate that verdict. Justice advocates say that David Black was wrongfully convicted of shooting 78-year-old Alice Chow back in 1997 with zero physical evidence. Advocates say that 2 witnesses have now recanted the statements that they gave during the trial and say that at the time of the shooting, Black was nowhere near the scene. Black says that he was attending his sister's birthday party when the crime took place.
Last year, Mr. Larry Johnson, the foundation of the government's case, came forward and testified under oath that he was beaten by police officers and threatened with jail, and his family was threatened if he did not identify David as the shooter.
According to the Washington Post, Chow was walking home from church when she was shot. Police don't believe she was the target of the shooting. And D.C. is honoring the life and legacy of fallen Metropolitan Police Officer Terry Bennett today. D.C. Council has officially designated July 21st, Bennett's birthday, as Terry Lamont Bennett Recognition Day. 32-year-old officer was hit and killed by a car last December while helping a stranded driver on I-695. Bennett served with MPD for nearly 8 years and was remembered for his dedication to the community. His family will also host a celebration of his life this Saturday. Well, new today, or new this afternoon, Metro revealing plans to add platform doors to stations along the Red Line. Metro dropping those plans today ahead of Thursday's board meeting where they'll talk about the project. And the plans would add a physical barrier between the station platform and the tracks with gates to allow people on and off trains, keeping more people and objects off of the tracks and out of the Metro tunnels. Metro says that so far this year, there have been 84 trespassers and 10 people have died across the system. The plans aren't yet final, and Metro leaders say that those doors wouldn't be finished until 2028 or even 2029. Well, artist Noah Kahan is coming to Nats Park tomorrow for his Great Divide tour. The sold-out show will start at 6:30. Gates open at 5 p.m. And if you're going, be prepared for the weather. It's a rain or shine event.